Hey kids, this is Pulse Ray Vision coming to you live from Quattro Cinco Studios in my mom's basement, and this is a buzzed Space Cult Sunday AMA for all of those people that woke up one morning and found a fresh set of tokens and NFTs in their wallet, and people are wondering, how did I get these and what do I do with them? So that's what we're going to go through today as far as possible. I've shared this link in several Telegram groups. I'm going to share it here in in Twitter, so that any of you guys that want to jump on and ask any questions at all, feel free to get in here or in chat. You just throw them in chat. But yeah, we had a really, really great stream last night with Adam, and he asked us a lot of questions that we realized we weren't explaining. Some things we have trouble explaining, and other things we have trouble explaining in the right order, because you kind of have to wrap your head around one layer of the game before you go on to the next and the next. The easiest layer for people to wrap their heads around is the story. It's the sci-fi book called Rings of Dust. And that one is, it's basically a hero's journey, adventure, where our hero, Cole Nova, has to, face his own personal demons after having his entire spaceship explode and kill basically everyone on board. And then we have this energy crisis going on in the world where they can't get enough energy to run, people's homes, things like that. And they discover this mysterious substance out in Saturn called Dark X. Dark X is very volatile, very crazy. It's not really, you can't really use Dark X for anything in its form. So you have to convert the Dark X into dark matter crystals. And once you convert them into these stable crystal forms, they discover that if you put them in a fuel cell under certain conditions, this dark matter creates unlimited energy. So yeah, that's kind of the preface of it. And so Cole Nova has to get back in the spaceship. He's got to go up to Saturn, and he's got to go back and get as much more of this Dark X material as possible so that they can create more fuel cells and power the planet. And in the meantime, you have and so obviously Cole Nova is the good guy. The bad guy in this book is Alpha Corp. And Alpha Corp are basically monopolizing these things. The Alpha Corp gets in bed with the government. They have a bunch of control over the space program and a lot of the contracts, the private contracts that the Federation and the government have. And basically, they're just screwing everybody on Earth out of energy and the technology, and they'll stop at nothing to control as much of it as possible. We're live. I'm just reposting this and the link in Twitter for you guys. Jump in and AMA. There we go. Cool. So there's that. Yeah, last night we did have someone on stream that was just kind of I don't know. Harassment's not the wrong word. We had someone claiming to be the evil address on stream, and anyway, let's see here. Double checking my messages here. Oh, there we go. So, dude, Frank, how's it going? How long did it take you to write book? we are still writing the book. We actually went through we've written the book 3 times, Frank. The first time we wrote just a basic story that we thought would go with the art of the NFTs. And it was kind of dry, and it lacked a lot of the human element, like the humor and emotion, and the characters weren't really well fleshed out. And so we wrote it again and added a lot more to the plot, to the characters, to the emotions, the ups and downs. And it was a pretty good book. And then we sat down with a consultant named Annie Alexander. If you guys are not familiar with Annie Alexander, she's awesome. She does Rebel NFTs. I think it's rebel.nfts. I'll tweet it later. I will retweet her. Tell people to follow her later. But basically, Annie Alexander told us the whole point of having the story is so that you can write the tokenomics and the game theory into the book. And so we're like, wow, she's right. So she's like, you either got to be some crazy big loud character, like for instance Polly of Porks, or Richard Hart of Hex, or you've got to have a really good story. And I don't think I'm that loud of a personality. I'm like, I don't know, Adam from Viber Finance calls me Uncle Max. So I'm more like the uncle role. And I would rather just let the story speak for itself. So it is in its third iteration. We had it built out to chapter 15 pretty good, and now we're going from 15 to 25, some writers. And so we'll finish the book, and then we're going to go back and make sure it's streamlined, has the same voice, look for any dead parts or low parts where it's not keeping people's attention or it's not adding to the plot. And so we're going to try to crank that out. So we still have at least a couple months, maybe at least a couple months, before we're finished writing it, ready for edit, and we're ready for Audible. We were just going to put it on Audible first, but in order to have it on Audible, you have to have it linked to an Amazon paperback or Kindle version. And so we're like, well, shoot, we have to finish that version first before we go straight to audiobook. So that's something that the community, if they want to help with, we've had some really cool people like Crypto Vince step up and help us with some editing. So if writing, reading, reviewing is your forte and you want to grab a chapter and tackle it, you'll probably receive some collective points and maybe some other tokens as well for helping in that. Same way that you're going to get tokens and you're going to get points for helping with the art, because we have our NFT behind me. Let me actually turn off this virtual background here. And you can see the NFT there on the wall behind me. So that's obviously a print of it, but this is our first NFT. This is the image that's going to be attached to every Journey 1 NFT. And in about 40 days, give or take, we're going to need another image for the Journey 2 NFT. So that being the case, jump in our Telegram where you can see a bunch of people have submitted AI art, and we're probably going to try to find a way to vote on those based on how many dark matter you own or how many fuel cells you own. And then the winner will obviously receive a bunch of promotional collective points to rank them up in the collective, and they'll also receive some tokens. We got Red Squirrel in the house. Oi, oi, pops. My nuts are dark. Oh my gosh. Retard die to $1. Pegging retards. What's up, Fast Abdul? Will the evil address be on this stream? I don't know. I put the link out there a lot of places. Anyone can join. So if the evil address sees that and wants to jump in here, I bet they can. They were kind of, like I said, I didn't know how to react on stream. I didn't know if this person was serious and trying to be actually harmful, or if they were trolling, or if they really do represent the evil address, which, the evil address has a lot of things going on about it. Red Squirrel, you scoundrel. Oh, now my comment is out of text, LOL. No, my nuts are dark. We get it. We get it. Indeed. Okay, so that's about that. Thank you for the question about the book, Frank. That was really good. And Frank is in a group that got quite a few free airdrops. So I'll be joining him and his group this week and going over what you can do with the NFTs, what you can do with the dark, how the system works, answering any questions there. Because as I said before, we're figuring out our message, which is A, how to put things simply, and B, how to put things in the order that it makes sense for you guys. Believe in Yourself says, good Sunday afternoon, Pulse Vision and crew. Yeah, good Sunday afternoon. Yeah, this is like, I mean, I'm sure there's a bunch of other streams going on right now in our ecosystem, which there always are. But it's just a good day to hang out. I mean, it's like 10:30 where I'm at. It's 9:30 on the West Coast. It's like early afternoon, one-ish on the East Coast. So I thought I'd just jump on here and try to get as many questions answered as I could from these groups. In fact, yeah, there was somewhere I was gonna add that, and I can't remember where. It wasn't on X. Let me check X real quick. Yeah, there you go. I'm just hanging out there. All right, yeah. So the link's out there. If anyone wants to join, they can join. I'm gonna freeze my. Oh, what makes your project so exciting entering the bull market? I would say the most exciting thing about our project is that we started with a group over the last year when we were bootstrapping the code, the audits, and people were contributing in the Wishwell, which was just a website and a bunch of ideas. There was no code or audits or anything at that time. It was just people believing in me and this idea. So for the first year, we had about 100 people that put skin in the game, that really put their money where their mouth is and supported this token and this project. And I really don't know any community that's that strong and that small. So I would say what makes me really, really excited is that we're starting with the right people and the right community, the right space cult, as it says on the title. And those are the people that I want to go on this adventure with. Those are the people that we want to attract, more of those same people that actually believe in something a little bit bigger than themselves, that want to be part of a group for good, that, like the collective is. So the community is what makes me most excited going into the bull market on the, community side. Excuse me. The thing that makes me most excited about going into the bull market token wise is that people have been just dumping the crap out of their tokens. Like, the tokens are gone. I think we had almost 2,200 recipients of the after the airdrop. So we had like 105 people that got tokens, like in the initial issuance, and then we had another 2,100, 2,200 people in the airdrop. And a bunch of those people in the airdrop, as you can see on our chart, have dumped, and they've taken their money and they're out. They're investing that $30, $20, $60, whatever they're getting for those two tokens, and they're probably throwing it into PDAI or into Ethereum now that Ethereum is taking off, or something to that effect. Like, there's no shortage of places for you to degen or to invest right now. So token wise, the holders are actually going down, and the concentration in the top 10 is kind of ridiculous. Like, it really, the believers, the whales, and the top 10 is all whales and smart contracts. Like, that's who holds the majority of the token. And in a way, it's like, well, that's not very decentralized. That's not very fair. This is you've walked into the land of the little red hen. My friends, this is a meritocracy. If you showed up and you helped us in the beginning and you put in the work, then you should have the tokens. and a couple of whales step forward. And then, of course, the team and all the money and effort we put into the code and smart contracts, that's how we designed it, is for we wanted the token to be in hands of people that really cared about the community and cared about the project. And so as more and more of these free claim people dump their tokens and get out, we're going to have a much tighter community. And I think going into this bull run it's not even a way, I wouldn't even call it diamond hands. I would call it like friendly hands, caring hands that care about the project are more important than just the diamond hands, because everyone needs to take profit, things like that. Great question. Frank's killing it on the questions. Good questions. Thank you for the awesome Mundo drop. You bet, believe in yourself. Are there pools set up on 2FUCKS for the dark token matter? Not yet. There are not. I need to get with Fast Abdul and figure that one out. And then today we have a new liquidity pairing with nuts. So dark matter is the prog rock of crypto. I love it. I actually don't know what the prog rock is. So tell me what the prog rock is. Let me actually go. I'm going to share my screen, freeze my face, and go through that new pairing with the dark and the nut token, and we'll go over the charts and see what's going on, and then we'll go through the websites or anything else, and I'll keep checking back here for comments and for questions and for guests joining us. So here, let me freeze on a very flattering face of myself here. There we go. That's a great glamour shot right there. So we'll freeze my face right there. We'll share the system audio so you guys can hear all of the MetaMask the rush of crypto. Do host mesh. Okay, I get it. That's got it. Prog rock. What's up, Hexicans? Tip Top's in the house. Good to see you, man. Okay, yeah. So let me go to this right here without doxing too much info. I just want to get to this terminal right there. All right, cool. So this is on Gecko terminal. I tried finding it on Dex Screener and it was a little confusing, but here you have the dark nuts pair, and it started at 32, which is kind of where the price was, down to 29 right now. So people have dumped their dark for nuts, it looks like right here. Show it in nuts. Okay, so this is how many nuts. It started out at 918,000 nuts, and now the price of dark is only 840,000 nuts. But it went as low as 8,005 nuts. So that's the price there. We'll show it back in dollars here. I don't know how much liquidity there. This is. I wonder, did these guys copy Dex Screener, or did Dex Screener copy these guys? Because it looks like there's about a couple grand in liquidity, already $122 in volume. And yeah, they paired 31 dark matter with 26 million nuts. And so this is going to be an interesting pair with nuts and dark. So that one's new, and that one is on PulseX V2, I believe. Let's see here. Maybe. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's PulseX V2. Yeah, right here, PulseX V2. And this is on the 15-minute chart. If you look on the daily chart, it's just a giant red candle right now. So interesting. So this is the dark nuts combo. And then here's the dark and wrapped pulse combo. as you can see, we just had someone dumping 5 tokens there. Someone dumped 5 tokens there. Somebody dumped 9 tokens there. So as you can see, we topped out after someone stepped in and pushed the price super high. Someone bought, I think, about 500 of these tokens off the market. And here you see the little dump. So this is quite interesting. You can see, so here's our launch right here. So we had it launched, and not many people knew that they got the token yet for the first several hours. And we were letting the bots right here figure out what they were going to do to the chart and the candles. And then the price was set up around $6, $6 or $7 here. And we announced it, and then a bunch of people that had tokens, some of the issuers, dumped or sold, took profit on this belly right here. Let me go full screen so you guys can see this a little bit better. Okay, yeah. So here's where we announce, the issuance of all the tokens. When some people provide liquidity or dumped right there, not a lot of people. And then you can see we right here we announced the airdrop, and a few people took profit there, probably kicking themselves. And then the price jumped here, and this is all free claimers dumping. And this had quite a bit of liquidity in it here. This had about 30 grand of liquidity compared to what it has now. And then here's the stream pump that we got. And now people, this is the airdrop people right here, took it from about $32 to 29.8-ish right here. I think we're going to see a bunch of other people, because people are discovering every minute of every day, hey, what are these tokens? They show up on our Telegram, and they're like, hey, this token's in my wallet. How do I get it? Because it was a while back that we asked for everyone's addresses, and so there's been a gap in time, and people may not have known, because some people were on the no permissions airdrop list, and some people were on the Forge NFTs airdrop list. And so between those two, they may or may not, we just reach out to their leaders, and they may not have caught up that they got those airdrops. So these are people finding out, hey, I've got an airdrop, or hey, I got this for between $2 and $15 at SAC rate, basically, and now it's worth 35. I better take some profits. So this is a looks kind of like an elephant right here. But as you can see, there are 93 dark matters pooled right here. There's 5K in liquidity right now, which that's not great. It's not more bad. You're definitely going to be pushing the price against yourself with small orders, medium orders, and then you're going to be painting the chart with big orders, either red or green. So you got that right there. Yeah, there's 96 dark tokens and about 33 million pulse in that pair right there. And this, of course, is the dark matter contract that ends in C7, C5. If you guys are wondering if you're on the right dark, check that out. So like if you put in dark on Dex Screener, it's going to pull up this one on TON. That's that one's not us. The second one here is the dark and wrapped pulse, and I think it's because we got $23,000 in liquidity. I think that's why they must be doing this according to liquidity. I'm sorry, volume. So volume, we got 45 grand there, 23 grand on our pair, and then it goes down from there. So yeah, it's definitely not market cap. It's definitely the volume that they're ranking these by. And then you have one that's called dark matter on PulseX right here. That's fractions of a penny. And this one's been around for about a year, and it is an NFT site as well. I went to that one. I think they have a Facebook page, and then you have to scroll all the way down. So you really want to make sure you look for this symbol, the crystal symbol right there. And then if we go down here, we have the dark fruit. That's not us. And look at this. Here's the dark nuts right here. Here's dark and dark X. Someone's pairing dark and dark X. Dark X, if this is the dark X I'm thinking of right here, then that is the dark X that people mined during our mining phase, where you can steal it from anyone's wallet anytime. I would not mess with the dark X pair at all. That's not us. And then of course the Nope pair right here, which is interesting because Nope isn't showing up on, this is the 5-minute chart. Look at that. Look at the round curves and the ride that went on the 5-minute chart. Here's the 4-minute chart, 1 hour chart. So here we're back to the same elephant, pattern that we see on the pulse pair. And this one has, it doesn't show it as easily. Someone else was pulling this up where it shows how many dark matters are paired to how many Nope tokens. So that one's up there for that pair. This one has, sometimes it shows the liquidity and sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes it reads the Nope value and sometimes it doesn't. And sometimes you can switch to USD here. But those are the main two pairs right now are that. The newest pair is Dark Nuts. So yeah, check that out. Let me check the green room. Nobody's in the green room. We got I stand. Oh, here we go. Yeah. Here's where we were last. What's up, Hexicans? Dex Screener is really bad at the moment. It doesn't even show the dark Nope pool properly. That's true. It doesn't. If you can tell me an alternative that shows a better version of it, we'll be using that one for that pair especially, and for Nuts. I stand corrected on progressive prog rock, Genesis, and yes, not Duhashmish. That's probably goth music. No audio, just me. Yeah, I hope it's just you. I'm not showing muted on my end. Okay, it's just me. Vibra Finance. Hey. Yeah, we had a great stream last night. Crazy guest that claimed to be the evil address and was talking some mad. They were just talking mad shit. They're basically telling everybody, you're wasting your time with this project. Like, just give your money over to the dark address. The evil address. Let the evil address do what it wants. It's basically saying it's gonna roll over us, squeeze us out, destroy us. Okay, so Red Squirrel has the one right here. It's not gonna let me copy it though. I wonder if I can let's see if I can copy this one. Copy text. No, it's not letting me copy that one, but if you pop that in one of our telegrams, I'll pull that up for sure. AM. Okay, so let's try that one. I think Fast Abdul's pointing to the CoinGecko terminal here. Let's go back. Actually, we pull up one of the CoinGecko terminals right here. So let's actually just search for dark here and see what comes up in CoinGecko terminal. Dark Knight, there's the one in Ton. There's Dark USDT. None of these are on Pulse Chain under Dark. So what I'll do is I'll go over here to Dex Screener and I'll take the contract address and we'll try that one on Gecko terminal. Paste that one. Yeah, no, it's not showing the response for the dark token. Oh, let me erase dark. There we go. So here's the dark Nope one right here. It has 11,000 in volume and 22K in liquidity. Yeah, there we go. So this one is giving us much better stats on, like I said, it's got the volume, the transactions, 152 transactions. There's the volume, the liquidity, holders. This is funny. It says question mark holders, which, I mean, holders of dark or holders of Nope. But I imagine that would be dark. We can actually pull that up here on the scanner. But yeah, okay, so this one shows right here, there's 387 dark on that pair and 6 million Nope on that one. Perfect. And then we'll go back to, I bet you the Dark Nuts is up here too, because we had that one. Dark Nuts. So here's Dark Nuts. Dark Nuts has $122 in volume and 1.8K in liquidity, matching 37 Dark up with 26 million nuts. So yeah, that's a better view. Let's see what happens if we pull up any other pairs here. So there's Dark and Nope, Dark and Wrapped, Dark and Nuts, Dark and Dark X. Again, one says it's got $460 of volume. I don't know about that. Let me actually check this, if this is the Dark X contract that we used during the mining phase. So if I come over here, Dark X. So I'm going to copy this one right here, because I think that is the one that we gave out during mining that's completely valueless. Like that one is, I'm pretty sure. Let's go back. Let's go to Pulsing Scan. Okay. Let's see if this is the Dark X that we had. Paste that one. Dark X. Let's look at this one right here. There's 22 transactions, 0 pulse. Dark X to that one. Yeah, this looks a lot like the mining range. I think this is our Dark X contract that someone took some of their Dark X and paired it with Dark. You don't want to be trading this one right here if that's the case, unless there's a different kind of Dark X, value here. I'm going to double check this later and see if this is the one, but we'll find out. In the meantime, if you go to the actual Dark token right here that ends in C7, C5, this is the interesting part I was talking about earlier. Paste. Here's the Dark Matter contract right here. And you can see we're just shy of 1 million Dark. I'm not sure where that other bit is, but all that's been pumped out. Oh wow, so there were 2,100 holders yesterday. Now there's 2,065. So it means about 35 people have dumped their Dark Matter token just this morning, which is what we're seeing in that elephant little trunk. But if you look at the holders again, like this is insane. This is the evil address right here that claimed to be talking shit with us on stream last night. They're still sitting at 61.4%. And then you have this address right here, which is the mystery box. That one has 24% of it, or about 240,000. And then you have this one right here, which is a contract address. So the third contract address down is the Treasury. So the Treasury's got 4% of the total supply in it so far. And we should be seeing some more minting going on. I think we found out that we have about 30,000 more mints left of the evil address for the first journey. And then, so it goes evil address, mystery box, Treasury are the top 3 holders. And then this one right here, this is our first whale. They've got 2%. Our next whale has about 2%. And then the next well has 1.69%. And the other well right here, so this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 7. So the 7th address down that has over 1%, that's also a whale. But then when you drop down to 8, this is the jackpot address. This is the lottery address right here. So there's 10,000 tokens in the lottery so far. So this will be going up until the end of mint, and that will be going up. The Treasury and jackpot will both be going up in the amount that they hold. And the evil address is going to go down probably another couple percents there. So that's in the top 10. I mean, and then we have somebody here. I guess I would consider them a whale too, because they have 0.5%, which is more than everyone else following them. So they've got 500,000 tokens right here, and this one ended in 3146. And then after that, it like drops down to 1,000, 2,000 tokens, and a few hundred. These people have a few hundred. These ones have 20 or 40. And then I think you've got to go to like page 3 to see the free claims. Oh, so look at this. So, this is very, very interesting, friends. This person has 6, 6, 6. This one has 5, 5, 4, 4, 4. So this is what's happening. People are combining. People that were in more than one group and got more than one airdrop, they're combining them because you see these clean numbers in the free airdrops. So these 3 addresses put 3 different airdrops together. And hopefully they remember to move their NFTs over as well, instead of forgetting their NFTs in those old ones. This one has 5 and 5, which is really strange. This one has 4s right here. And then now here's all the airdrop, free money. So here's all the 2s right here. It starts on page 3 and it goes for 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 14. Holy cow. All these people got free money. They got 2 free Michael Jordan rookie cards, basically collector items, and they also got 2 tokens that you see. We're on page 25, 26. Holy cow. So there are roughly, like, the first 3 pages are the people that have more than the airdrop. And we're on page, geez Louise. Oh, there we go. So these guys have fractions of it right here. And then we're going to go back one. So yeah, and these people are people in the airdrop that sold one of their tokens and kept one of their tokens, or minted one of their tokens and kept one of their tokens. So that's really interesting. So 41, so roughly 38, 39 pages of airdrops, and only a few pages of people with either dust or, the top 10 right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 10. Yeah, so like number 10 has 1,000. And so it's incredibly interesting how there's still obviously many people that have tokens to dump, 2 tokens to dump, and 2 of these NFTs that are going to get put into the lottery and also receive yield for the rest of the time they exist. That's kind of one of the cool things that maybe people don't understand, or we haven't explained really well to you guys, is we have switch my camera back on. Once your NFT is minted, once you have your fuel cell, you don't have to do anything if you don't want to. You don't have to do you don't have to come back and end stake. There's no maintenance or anything. That energy, that fuel cell just fills with energy until you break it open. So these people that either maybe they don't understand that they have a fuel cell or an NFT, or they forget about it and they move on to other stuff. Maybe they'll find it in their wallet in a couple of years and be like, holy cow. This is really interesting. That this many people probably don't know what they have. And then when they do figure it out and they look at the chart and see what the chart might be in the future, they don't have a lot to dump, thank goodness. At least most of them, I don't think. Dex Tools is another option. Awesome. Do the NFTs just show up in your wallet too? Yeah, they should. They definitely should. In fact, I have a wallet connected here. I don't have a free claim wallet I can show you guys. But basically, let's do this. We'll just go to like one of these people here. on Pulse Chain. We're just going to take one of these addresses of the free, the airdrop recipients, like this. So this guy got an airdrop, this one right here, this address, and they have 8 tokens. They got some Nope. Oh, they got the airdrop of Nope, Fib, Saturno, Unnamed. They got some Stacked Italiano. They got the Soundex, and they got 2 darks. Then look right here, Fuel Cell NFT. So here's the 2 fuel cells in their wallet right there. So you can just import it right here. So add token to MetaMask. Error contract was, oh yeah, because this is 721. So you're going to have to figure out the idea. You got to figure out the ID of your tokens, and then you can import them into your wallet. But basically, yeah, you just copy this one to clipboard, this address right here. In fact, I'm going to go into our Telegram right now for people looking for this stuff. And I'm going to post the contract address. Boom. Boom. All right, cool. So this is going to be the fuel cell contract. Yeah, fuel cell contract is that one right there. And then enter token ID to import into wallet. There we go. And what we can do is, I don't know, we might have to connect our wallet to Mintra for this, but let's go here to, here's the one on Mintra. We're going to search this address on Mintra and see if we can see the fuel cells. So here's their fuel cells right here. They have 2 of the fuel cells right here. Or actually, this one has, oh, sorry, this is the fuel cell contract that I just pasted. I thought it was that other dude's. But here's all the fuel cells right now. It looks like there are 2,140 owners of the fuel cells, and 51,000 of them have been minted so far. But let's go back to that dude's address right here. This dude's address right here. So this guy got a couple of them. And we're going to paste that in Mintra and see if Mintra can tell us the IDs of those ones right there. So here we go. We got this one. Here we go. So you can look up just take your address, paste it in Mintra, and here's the 2 fuel cell IDs. So 14582 and 14581 are the 2 IDs. So this person right here, if I were them and I wanted to see these in my wallet and import them, I would go to MetaMask, and then I would paste this address. I'd put import NFT. I'd paste that address of the fuel cell NFT that I just shared in Telegram. And then I would type in those 2 IDs. I type in 14582 and 14581. And then you could import them and they would show up here. Sometimes they show up with the art in MetaMask and sometimes they don't. I don't know why. MetaMask and Pulse Chain are not very good friends. They don't run very well together, unfortunately, right now. So shout out to KG Internet Money Wallet. If you guys are using that, let us know, because we're probably gonna have to do a switch here eventually. MetaMask is just not our friend. Morpheus is loving and retweeting this. You never know. Oh yeah, this guy right here. So like, he posts this one right here where it's like, you see a chart and it's like, damn, I wish I bought. And then it crashes like, haha, I was right not to buy it, to buy this. And then whoop, and he's like, oh, F. So I Shill Gates was saying this, and I said, you never know with this one. And then he's like, we buying? And then I sent the updated chart after the stream, which it's down around here now. But this is basically the same chart as this one. Very, very similar. So All right, let me go back to stream here. Oh, that's not stream. Stream here. There's nobody in the green room. I answered that question. Did the NFTs just show up in your wallet too? You know what? I thought I was sharing my screen this entire time, but I wasn't. So I can share my screen if you guys want to see the holders of Dark or not. Tracy G says, yes, I got 2 Dark tokens and 2 NFTs. Then I FOMO'd for more Dark to mint many more NFTs as I understand how this works. Tracy G is one of the deep divers. He's like, share your screen, share screen. She's Louise. I know if you were in the wish well, I think he's saying if you were in the wish well, is there anything you need to do? No, all of the tokens have been pushed. We had a claim phase and it wasn't working very well. A lot of problems with the website and with the network and the fees. And we finally, because that claim phase was going to a close, I was like, forget it, let's stop. Let's skip the claim phase and just push. So we pushed all of our tokens out. And then the next day or the day after that, we pushed out all of the airdrops. Best place to view your NFTs, Pulse Market. There we go, Pulse Market. Let's do that. I'm going to share my screen. We get in a really cool pose here. There, I look really thoughtful. Actually, I look like I'm winking or like something's in my eye. Whatever. We're good. Let's share the screen. Let's go. Let's do this right here. So yeah, so I'm going to go back and show you guys the, this is the contract address of the person that received those. Let's go back here. This is the Dark contract. So here's the Dark contract. So if you go into, any of the scanners and you put in the Dark Matter contract, that's where you see these top 10 holders right here. And over time, this 61% from the evil address is going to end up in the treasury and in the lottery. So this 61% will be morphing and slowly moving into the treasury and the lottery to reward the NFT holders. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. And then you've got so here's the evil address, which is going to basically deplete and empty itself into minting over the course of this journey of the 33 journeys. Then you have the mystery box. Then you have the treasury. Then you have well number 1, well number 2, well number 3, well number 4, and then you have the jackpot box. But eventually, it'll be interesting to see. This jackpot would have to get over 13,000 to take over this whale right here. So it's going to be a wild ride, guys. It's going to be crazy. And during this very first journey, the first journey people split 3% of the treasury, and the second journey split 2.7% of the journey treasury, and so on and so forth. But it accumulates. So at the end of every journey, it pays 3% to journey 1. So even on journey 33, at the end of journey 33, it's going to pay 3% of its money back to journey 1. So older pays better, longer pays better. Really older pays better. Just like in collecting trading cards and stuff, like the rookie card, the originals, those are always worth a lot more than after they become famous and they've spent 10 years in the NBA. Let's go to this new tab and let's go to that suggestion from Red Squirrel, which was pulsemarket.app. So pulsemarket.app. Okay. Yeah, there we go. So let's check out this one. Let's see if we can paste the this one right here. No, not the Dark Matter. Yeah, well, we can take any one of these people that have an NFT and let's view it over there. See if I bet you this guy moved. I wonder if he moved all 6 of his tokens or just he moved the NFTs as well. Let's check. So this person right here has those 6 dark tokens, which means they got 3 airdrops most likely. So yeah, here's their 6 dark. And if I scroll down here, look, they didn't move their fuel cells. They only have 2 fuel cells in this one. So we'll go to the fuel cells right there. And actually, let me go back and we'll just search up that guy's address right here. So we know he has 2 fuel cells. Let's copy this one and go to Pulse Market and then search for the owner, paste, search. And look at that. So they have a rune stone right here, and they've got this one right here, Journey 1 fuel cell, number 133395 and 13396. So this is where they'd find their address right there. And you can actually look at this on chain and copy it. But that's your information right there. And then these 2 don't have any metadata, whatever those 2 are right there. But yeah, that is a really good place to see it, and it shows your address right there. It'll be quite interesting. A lot of people are asking, why would you? Hey, Frank. A lot of people are asking why
man?
you ever destroy or vaporize your fuel cell. And I explained to them the only way to get the dark matter out of the inside of the fuel cell is to destroy it. You've got to vaporize and destroy it, burn it, just like the WhatsApp NFTs. So, but the cool thing about that is that people are, let's say it's in the future and you've got 10, 20 fuel cells. And let's say, they've got a good amount of dark matter value inside of them. Let's say their cash value is $1,000 or whatever. And you want to pay off your car or take your kids on a cruise. So you're like, all right, I'm going to cash out. I'm going to break open this fuel cell and I'm going to get the dark matter out of it and sell it. That's one option. That's definitely, that's what a lot of people will do in the future if the price goes up. However, you should be able to, because these NFTs are more uniform than other NFTs, they're, the rarity is the same for each journey. We should have a very good marketplace, a very seamless and clean marketplace for these NFTs. So instead of breaking open your fuel cell, you can just sell it to someone else for about the same amount that it's worth cash value and save your time and your money on the fees and then go sell that token. Does that make sense, Frank?
Yeah. And I think it's great that you're doing this today because I'm the kind of person that learns by just jumping in, and that makes perfect sense.
Cool. Yeah. And there's like I said, the order of explaining things to people and the challenge of putting this into English is something that every community faces in crypto. We're out here trying to tell friends and family and even other crypto degens. We've got to explain to them what scraping is, what T-shares are, what staking, minting, what all these different things mean, because they don't always mean the same thing from project to project. So you try to adopt language that people can wrap their heads around, like scrape or harvest, so that they can get that in their head of like, hey, I can go get the lottery winnings anytime I want, or I can leave them attached to that NFT to give it a higher cash value if I go to sell it on a marketplace.
Yeah, and the other thing too is people that got into Hedron and Icosa. This is something I think is really great for them because it has the NFT aspect and the what do you call it? The NFTs that Alex created, which I have some. I haven't thought about them lately, but that's, there's different degrees of depth to that system as well. Some people that are into Titan X probably would enjoy this as well. And people that like to provide liquidity. I think that would be people that have a capacity for multiple steps. I think it's a great project.
Yeah, thank you. I think it's you can either just degen by betting on the price of the token, you can degen by betting on the price or the value of the NFT in the future, or you can get deep. You can read the book, you can look at the 15 smart contracts And you can go down this rabbit hole really, really deep and understand that there's really like 10 tokenomics that are all melted into this. And about two of them we probably invented, and the other 8, we just copied from our favorite projects. We just said, I like the way that increases buy pressure or decreases supply, and let's see if we can tuck it in here. So it's like a lattice. You know what I mean? It was very difficult to fit these contracts to talk to each other, work with each other, and with the overall idea and project. So
what's the first thing that someone should do, in your opinion, if they're just hearing about the project and they want to get involved, but they don't quite know where to go or what to do first? Because for me, I participated in the Wish Well, received the airdrop. So I have you've shared it many times in our group. And so I've had the kind of the luxury of having to, not start from day one, from scratch right here. So
right.
Anyway, yeah.
I would say that the first place right now is Telegram to go, is to our Telegram, because we have a lot of pinned messages and we're in there all the time answering questions as they come up and learning more about the questions than people are learning from us, right? We're learning, okay, this is what people want to know and this is how they understand it. So Telegram's the first place right now. We need to put some time and effort into that Telegram so we have the commands and stuff. People can just type in the pasta stuff and get the information they're looking for. So we're working on upgrading that, but that's the best place right now so far to go to understand this. And then of course, just going on the website and clicking around on agproject.io, that'll like give them a lot of information there. There's the darker paper and the dark paper under the collective. And then there's, a whole bunch of stuff. You can just click and you can see, okay, well, they've got this much money in the treasury. I don't know what that means, but that's how much is in the treasury. And they got this much in the lottery. And, and here's the minting screen and it looks like it's 1 for 1. And here's some points. I don't know what the points do, but I get points. So kind of like you'll get a lot of good questions by playing with the website. And just recently we're realizing some of our actions are on the beta website right now. So we have agproject.io and then we have beta.agproject.io. And the beta is where you can see the lottery and the treasury for now. But really, we need to integrate those 2 websites into one, because 2 websites is confusing for people. Connecting your wallet to 2 sites for the same project is kind of confusing. So we're going to work on integrating those 2 websites into one website as the betas, proves itself and we know it's good.
How excited are you that you got this under the wire? Like, as the bear market, as we shift into the bull market, how exciting is that for you?
It's really exciting, and it really I don't know, I don't want to get too woo-woo or spiritual or religious with you guys, but we faced a lot of setbacks in this journey. It's been like a 3-4 year journey for me of just putting the ideas together and then getting a team together. And we like I said, we spent a whole year that ended up being in vain, that we thought we were getting ready to launch and we're not getting stuff in place that we thought we were getting in place. And
kind of like spending all night on overnight, or spending all night on something and you forget to save it.
Exactly.
For an entire year.
And the timing worked out really, really well. Like I think it was meant to be, because had we launched a year ago, 2 years ago, our chart would be down because of Hart's Law. Everything would have been down and scraping the bottom of the ocean. And luckily, that's when we did our fundraisers. That's when we did the Wish Well, and that's when we did the mining. And so these other projects that, they raised 10 or 50 million in the SAC phase, we didn't have that luxury. We were like, if someone sent us $30 of a token, we knew that was probably all they had to give. So I joked that we were taking food stamp tokens and bottle caps in our bootstrap and fundraising phase. And so the nice news is people are complaining. People like to complain about liquidity on the pair, and it's like we don't have a $50 million war chest to throw on markets right now. We've got to be very, very careful with how we place things and how we protect the price, or how we let people dump. People are going to dump, and there's got to be something there for them to dump and get. But at the same time, we don't have to be their exit liquidity at $100. You know, if they want to dump, let them dump like the people did at like $11 yesterday. Let them murder the price before we go into the first journey. Because like I said, we have, let me share my screen real quick and we'll go to the website.
Yeah, I wish that your screen, I was trying to tell you that you weren't sharing your screen part of the time. I was like, dang it.
I was so excited when I went back and my camera wasn't frozen, and I was like, oh shoot.
Yeah.
I've not been sharing my screen. So check this out. We have agproject.io and we have beta.agproject.io, and we also have the XYZ domains for both of these. So if you're having problems with one of these, go to the other one, AZ or IO. Sometimes some of them don't like they don't like your router or your security system or whatever you're using, and so it'll block those. But here we are on the two sites. This is the first one right here. We're going to go to minting, and so this is where you can take your dark matter tokens and mint the fuel cells. So let me connect this wallet right here. I don't think I have any dark in this wallet right now. I think it already minted a couple to kind of show you guys what's going on. But here it's reading my wallet. I have less than a dark matter in this wallet, and it's showing us there's almost 40,000 dark matter in the treasury right here, and we have 6 days and 22 hours left to mint. So in 6 days and 22 hours, that will be the last chance people have to mint a Journey 1 NFT forever. That will be the total supply of Journey 1 NFTs will be determined on that day. And you'll never be able to go back and mint Journey 1 again. You'll never be able to go back and lock in that 3% yield that Journey 1 splits from the treasury. So that's kind of everything on this one. And then add NFC, add fuel cells to wallet. I clicked this, and I think it somehow like read my ID. So I hit add NFT, and now if I go to my wallet, here it is. But again, it's not showing the artwork right now. And like I said, I've seen my brother and other people do this on their computers, and it pulls up with all the information. So I'm not sure why it's not pulling it up very well there, but that is one way to get your NFTs in your account. And then, of course, the other way is to go to somewhere like Red Squirrel talked about, Pulse Market, put in your address, and it'll show you your ID and the fuel and the contract if you want to manually import them right there. Is that any questions or feedback at this point? Frank, I don't want to just ramble. If you've got anything to add or ask, then
thanks. All I would say is, this is a great video to take notes on because you're going over everything. I take notes, and anybody listening, that's what I would suggest. Like I said, I'm somebody who learns by doing, and this is a great part for me to, listen first and then jump on. I'm learning by doing all this, so it's pretty cool.
And maybe I'll send some more Pulse to this account, and we can go through buying another dark matter and
that's good.
In fact, let's try that. So this is the site we're on right here. As you can see, there's a buy more button right here. I believe that one goes to Go Pulse. Yeah, so that goes to Go Pulse. So that'll actually pull up the Pulse and dark pair first. So let me.
Is the NFT bought in dark or is it bought in Pulse?
The NFT is bought in dark. You can't get the NFT with any token besides the dark token.
Okay.
It's the only one that mints the NFT. It's part of that's Kool-Aid says stuff like no leaky boats.
Yeah.
That's having we tried very, very hard to build this project on top of Pulse natively and Hex natively. And the truth is we just couldn't do the game mechanics with those supplies because we didn't have enough of those tokens to run it. So that's why because every time someone shows up with a new token, I'm like, did you need a new token or could you have used the native token, right? And in this case, we did have to end up doing our own token. Let me send some, I'm going to send some pulse to this address right here.
So in a sense, the dark is like the pulse of Pulse Chain. It's the gas fee, or it's a gas token.
Yeah, it's the gas, it's the lubrication, it's really the fuel, the raw material that the NFT is made out of, and it funds the treasury and the lottery. So when we went live, there was absolutely no money in the treasury at the beginning or in the lottery, and those two only fill up from minting. So when you mint, your token's not burnt, your token is actually sent to the 77% of it is sent to the treasury, and 20% of it is sent to the jackpot box. And then there's a 3% tax, space tax that goes to the team. And we'll probably be using that to keep the websites going and the lights on. You know what I mean?
What's been your biggest surprise so far that you didn't expect?
I didn't expect that people wouldn't know that they had the airdrop and the NFT. Like I figured most people wouldn't know right away because it's a small community, and people like yourself and Randy Hilarski and Mark from Forge NFTs, they're all really, really good at communicating with their audience. And so, but then again, if someone doesn't show up to your streams and your meetings, they're not going to know, right?
Yeah.
So,
or if the Telegram group didn't get a pin to everybody, I mean, you can do that, but how do you know? It's probably a good thing that a lot of people don't know. As you were sharing, I looked into another wallet, and I got another airdrop because I'm in Randy's group. I completely forgot about that. So who knows? I mean, I just probably the more people engage with your videos, the more people are going to find out that they have the airdrop too.
Yeah. And I think the other surprise was I figured once people found out they did have tokens, they would research it and dive into it, which quite a few people have. Like a lot of people have shown up in our Telegram and said, hey, I found this token in my wallet. Like, what is it? What do I do? And but more than that, more often than not, people are just dumping. So like, oh, I got a token, I can sell it. It's worth $20, $10, whatever. Boom, they sell it. And I knew a lot of people were going to do that, but I was kind of surprised. I also didn't know that people would be consolidating their wallets, because a lot of people were in 6 or 7 of those groups, like DGen Roundtable, your group, Randy, so forth, Corey Costa. So a lot of people got 6 or 7 wallets addresses, like airdrops. Mm-hmm. And I didn't think they'd be consolidating them. That's interesting, but it makes sense because it's so much work right now in crypto.
Yeah,
to keep track of your tokens and your wallets and what's going on. It's a part-time job.
It's a part-time job. I have so much stuff I got to follow through on. It's crazy. It is truly, it's a full-time job. I mean, just for those of us that have been in the bear market, it's, we put the time in. Now we got to keep putting the time in.
Yeah. And here's this right here. This gas has been insane lately. This is probably the reason why the evil address stopped minting, because it started minting a bunch, and then the fees were just insane for minting all the 67. It's minting 67,000 NFTs in the first journey, and so like I just bribed the network just to get this to go through, just to send some pulse to this address. So we got the pulse in this address right here, which is cool. We're going to go here where we're already connected. We're going to click buy more. So we need some more pulse. So we need some more dark, right? So let's buy, oh, it's not going to let me type in there. I'm going to try to buy like $60 worth or something like that. Oh, I've got to connect my wallet to this one too. That's probably why. Let me connect my wallet to gopulse.com. There we go. Okay, so now it reads the token balance. How many can we get for 700,000 pulse? So 700,000 pulse is about 56. So we get just less than 2. We want 2 full tokens on this one. So let me
750.
go to 750. Yeah. Yeah, you played this game before. All right, that almost. Oh, let's go 76. 760,000 pulse. Oh my goodness. Let's do a 5 right here. Boom. Okay, so this $61 is going to get us 2 dark matter. We're going to swap. We might have to bribe the network again to get this baby to go through. I'll just go with aggressive for now. Sometimes it's either on this website or another one. It actually reads the website itself is one of the options there when you edit your speed.
You could use part of this as one of the training videos for people. Cut and paste. Cut part of this and do a montage of things in one of things like this in one video.
Yeah, I need to either get back into editing myself or get an editor. But here's this is the dark nope pair right here. And that's the dark X. Let's do this one. Dark. Oh, there's our jingle. Yeah, I'm going to have to put in the address again, but this one right. I'll go here. So you can see our transaction right here. We bought $59 worth for 2.17, which we got a good deal on that one. And then immediately, most likely a bot, took $13 chunk right out. So that's our effect on the chart right there. And we've just added to the volume here of let's 24K volume. So we just added a little bit to that volume. So now we've got that. We'll go back to the website, and now it's reading our balance of 2.182. And I'm going to say that I want to mint 2 more fuel cells here. And you click on approve contract and see it lights up this progress bar, which is one of the coolest things that we got from our developers and designers. But we're going to just hit max. So every time you mint, you're going to have to approve how much you're minting with. So we'll hit next. Go see if that helps. And then so now it's approving, and then it's going to go to confirming the mint fee, and then you'll see the success. So as we go through these different 3 steps on the minting process, it'll start with yellow and turn green as we go through this process to let you guys know where you're at, because it does take a second. And as you can see,
to have that visual.
Yeah, I like the way it kind of pulses like a fish while it's waiting. And then, of course, we added this right here. If you're experiencing any issues with the functions on I/O, go to XYZ, and this will change depending on what website you're on. But this will help people if for some reason it's not wanting to load or working correctly. Now it wants 3 cents to mint, so we'll see if we can get this baby to mint, and then it'll show us our fuel cells over here. And every time someone mints, you get a little message that pops up from the bottom here. So when the evil address was minting a bunch, see, there we go. So we got 264 points for the collective, and we've minted 2 fuel cells. So right now, this hasn't caught up yet, but if you scroll down to the leaderboard, I have 134 points here, and I just minted and got 264 more. So eventually this is going to update and move me up from number 133 to, I don't know, 130 or something like that, right? So that you can watch yourself actually improve and you can watch your rank change. Again, we have like 3-second navigators, which is only halfway through the rank schedule. Like that's only half as high as you can get. And then we got some special agents showing up here in those top wallets. So
Have you had anybody yet try to game the system? I mean, I don't know if I should be asking that or not, but and you don't have to answer that. Just it's valuable. It'd be fun.
no, again, like our little community has been so loyal and so kind and so well behaved. It's kind of scary because like in crypto, you run into all sorts of wild people, right?
Yeah.
And so people, sometimes people say, hey, my points aren't reading right, and we'll look into it and fix the indexing. But for the most part, no one's really tried to like the far as gaming system, the best way to game it was to participate in the wish well and to participate in the mining, and that the mining only ran for a month. So you really had to be paying attention to be part of this up to this point before the airdrop. So yeah, so that's how you mint the 2 fuel cells. And then if we go over to not this one, we're going to go to beta.agproject.io. Whoa, that was a weird loading screen. We're going to connect our wallet over here. Connect. And this is showing us the treasury. So this this address right here has 3 fuel cells. And so that means it has about a 15% chance of winning the lottery with those 3. You have about a 5% chance or a 1 in 20 chance of each fuel cell winning the lottery. And there's 3 drawings. We can get into that on the next screen. But right now, basically, this is showing I got 3 fuel cells. I haven't had any, the treasury hasn't paid out yield yet because we haven't gone through a journey yet. But my 3 fuel cells are 3 out of 51,915 cells. And the minting, again, it's got the minting clock being like, you're only going to be able to mint this journey's fuel cells for 6 more days.
So I have 2 questions.
Yes.
If you win, and you forget to check your wallet or anything like that, or forget to check the website, will you still win, or is there a time frame where you have to go? You got 7 days. If you don't claim it, you don't win it.
No, there's no time frame for claiming your winnings. It's earmarked. It'll stay in the excuse me, the lottery address until it's scraped indefinitely.
Cool. And then if you were in the wish well, is there anything, I don't know, you may have already answered this, but is there anything that one needs to do if they just want to passively participate? If they just want to kind of lightly participate, or just want to set it and forget it?
If you participated in the wish well, then you would have received tokens, right? Based on your points or how much money you threw in the wish well. If you don't do anything, then in 4 years, those tokens are going to be destroyed forever. Roughly 4 years.
You mean the tokens in your in the wallet?
If someone doesn't do anything with their tokens during all 33 journeys, they're going to be destroyed.
Wow, that's awesome. Right. That's really good to know, because
that's the rapture.
Yeah, I think the average person, including myself, I didn't even think about that. I'm like, I'm somebody that would, a lot of times, you get involved with so much stuff, you just forget about things in certain wallets, etc. That's good to know.
Yeah, well, we figure 4 years is a good enough heads up for most people.
Right.
There will be people, I'm sure, that are caught unaware, or some of those addresses we saw that have dust in them. Those ones will, or the bots. Like the bots are always going to have some liquid token in them for trading, and the bots don't know about this because they're bots. So those bots will be wiped out. They'll definitely see a lot of crazy price behavior on the chart leading up to we call it the rapture at the end. So a lot of people like here's a simple hack. Let's say that you got 5 tokens and you don't want to do anything, right? You don't want to mint. You don't want to do what if you want to keep those 5 tokens and not get them destroyed during the rapture. You can just provide liquidity with them. Because the rapture is not going to destroy any of the tokens in LP positions, and it's not going to destroy any of the tokens in the treasury or inside the NFTs or inside the lottery. So
That's cool.
if your token's been utilized at all, it's safe, even in liquidity providing. But there will be a time when the actual circulating supply is actually absolute zero for a moment. And that could either cause one of the craziest spikes we've ever seen in crypto, or it could just crash the entire, like people might just be like, I'm out. You know, it's going to be crazy leading up to that event as people are trying to decide what to do with their tokens or how to keep from getting destroyed.
The interesting thing too, you know, that is 4 years is roughly the same time the bull market could be starting again.
Yep.
You know, I mean, it's like the halving, you know, you know, that's pretty cool.
Yeah. And we every journey we consider a halving. You know, every journey you have more circulating supply that's going to be minted into NFTs. And so we basically have a halving of our own every 45 days. So you don't have to wait 1,400 or 1,600 days for the Bitcoin halving. You can come experience that stuff in 45 days here. Did you have any other questions on here before we go to the lottery?
No, I think I'm good.
Cool. So here's the lottery page right here. And we have 10,000 dark matter in the lottery currently. And then we have 3 payouts. And the payouts happen every 11 days. So if you remember, we launched on 11/22 at 11/22 because the numbers 11, 22, 33 are all show up in our project everywhere. Like even back in the Wishwell address era where people were throwing money in the Wishwell, it started with a 33x bonus, then went to a 22x bonus, then an 11x bonus. Same with the mining. And even the smart contract starts with 11, 22, 33. So we like using the 11s a lot in here. So once let me go back to the treasury. Once this clock counts down and minting is closed forever on journey 1, you'll notice that this number and this number, this is 11 days added to that other number. Or maybe it's not. Maybe the switch is a little bit. But basically, at 11/22 UTC is when we're going to have our first lottery. So this is 11/22 time of the day we're going to have our lottery. So in 11 days into this, you get the first drawing. 22 days into this, you get the second drawing, and then 33 days into the journey, which including the minting is about 45 days, you get the biggest payout. And they're exponential. So the first lottery is 10%, 30%, 60%. So you're really hoping you win the third lottery if you win a lottery. You're hoping to win a lottery. Any lottery is great. But if you win, the third one's going to be, 6 times bigger payout than the first one.
Yeah. And you know what's interesting too is I noticed that my vibe went up when I knew I could win something like this. I'm sure that's part of the stickiness of the project is you're like, ooh, I could win something here. It's a lottery. And my odds right now with, only so many people involved with this could go up quite a bit.
Yeah, it's kind of a way to help people that struggle with the delayed gratification itch. You're basically locking, just like Hex, when you created a Hex stake instance or minting with the T shares, you're basically saying goodbye to accessing those tokens for a specific amount of time. And by doing so, you're holding the price up of the token and you're rewarded accordingly, right? In this one, you're basically giving up access to your dark matter token in return for the fuel cell. And that fuel cell is going to take several journeys to really earn back that, to break even and get that first dark matter back in it as yield. And then after that, it goes up. So you want to let it run as long as possible. But you're giving up the ability to sell that dark token until you break open the fuel cell. And for some people, that's a long time. So for the people that win, they get to scratch that itch. Let's say I mint 20 dark matter fuel cells. So I mint 20 NFTs, and I basically am giving up that ability to sell those 20 tokens for a while. There's a really, really good chance that at least one of those, because I have a 1 in 20 chance, there's a really good possibility that one of those is going to win the lottery. So let's say I win the lottery. Let's say I only win 2 tokens out of the first lottery. Well, I can, if the price has been appreciating the way that we hope it does, then you can go dump those 2 tokens or provide liquidity or do whatever you want and scratch that itch of, getting some money to play with, getting a payday.
Are you going to be is Fast Abdul going to come on and share any insights that he has about providing liquidity for this?
He hasn't yet, but we should. I need to reach out to him. He's everywhere, always at once. Yeah. He's like the Holy Spirit. But I will tack him down and get him to go over that with me, because we do need to set up a pool on the Flex Exchange with some of the other tokens that we have. I want to call it tokens that kick ass. That's just what I want to call the pool, and put dark and probably some of the no permission SolidX, those ones that are all in our community and in our ecosystem. And it also goes along with all the space theme ones too. Sorry, what were you saying?
Sorry. Do you have a mini cheat sheet on the lingo that's in the book and in the whole like what's a journey? What's dark matter? What do you have anything that like a bullet points of what each one is that people can, so they can quickly pick up the language of the project?
No, I'm going to write that down though. So basically, like you're talking about like a glossary or yeah. So make glossary of terms.
That'd be cool. Like just a little sheet that people look at it and 1-page synopsis.
Yeah, that would be very, very helpful. And people new to this project that are like, well, what's a journey and what's scraping? So this is where you scrape your winnings right here.
Exactly.
So this will tell you how many of your dark fuels cells, how many of your fuel cells won, and how much dark matter they're paid out. And then you scrape them in batches of 50. So you're scraping all of them. If you hit scrape, you're going to scrape all of them in that journey. And then it'll show up here in your wallet. Do your balance, it'll just show up as liquid dark matter right there. So yeah, this is how you scrape. Or if you don't scrape, you can leave it unscraped and connect it to your NFT and just let it ride and let the value of the NFT go up as well. Any questions here? I was just going to jump in Vaporize, which Vaporize is basically a useless function for, I would say, at least 4 journeys, maybe 5. So let's go into Vaporize real quick. So these are people that want the dark matter out of the inside of the fuel cell, and they're going to vaporize or burn their NFTs. And you can put how many you want to burn, and then you can list them in terms of the most recent NFTs, which would have less yield. Or you can click max, and that will sort the ones that have the highest yield paid to them. So this would put like your journey 1, 2, and 3 would be pulling up first, because they'd have the most. And then you hit here, view, it'll show which ones they are. It'll show when they were minted, their ID, and how much dark they have in them right here. So like, I've got 3 in this one, right? So let's say I wanted to vaporize these 3 fuel cells, which is kind of crazy right now because they don't have anything in them. You can see I have a journey, I have NFT, the fuel cell ID 4934, 51922, and 51930. So my guess is that we have 51,930 fuel cells, because I think I'm the last to mint. And here's the first journey ID, and right now there's no dark locked inside of it because we haven't hit our payday on the last day of the journey yet. But when we do hit our payday, everyone in the very first journey should have 0.0231 dark matter. That's how the simple math works out, because it's just a formula for the first one, and then the yield changes depending on how many people mint and how many don't after the first journey, because the first journey is going to get 3% of what's minted in the second journey. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
And so on and so forth. So the first people that have got this are just really, really lucky, I think. Like I said, we call this the Michael Jordan rookie card, or whatever you want to call it, the super valuable, Charizard or whatever. And that people are going to kick themselves, I think, that had a chance to mint but didn't mint. So that's the lottery, the treasury, and Vaporize, and they're all on the beta site. But we are hoping to integrate those into the main site. And then the main site has minting and the collective, which if you go over here to the collective, if I try to mint here, it's gonna, the site goes dark when you try to mint if you don't have enough dark matter. Let me go back to that really quick. Yeah, so let's say I try to mint here, I don't have enough. I hit 1, the whole screen goes dark. And it just lights up the buy more button, being like, you've got to add more darkness to your wallet to pass. That's what it says. So there's that one. And we go to the collective. This is where basically a lot of community information is on the collective page. Every flood starts with a drop, and the collective, our symbol is the drop of water right here that you have. So this is the collective symbol right here. Here's, look, it upgraded me. So if you remember, I was number 133 before I minted those 2 fuel cells, and it bumped me from 133 to 124. And I'm still an informant because I need 3,333 points to rank up past informant. But as you can see, it added those other 264 points to my balance. So I'm ranking up every time I mint. And then you scroll down. This is where we're going to have our meetups. So you can register for our events here. Here's some cool people that we've met at some of the meetups before. We'll be adding more pictures to this gallery right here. This is where I should probably put this stream right here instead of the one with Vets and Randy, because it's more updated and stuff. And you have the dark paper and the darker paper. Sorry, what were you saying?
Are you guys going to the Pulse 369 in March 6th to the 9th? The Pulse conference?
Yeah, right now I'm definitely planning on going to the 369 conference in Vegas. So we'll probably add some information for that one. And and then I'll also be going to Panama in January with the No Permissions group, or Randy's conference down there in Panama.
Are you in Access group too?
I'm not in Access's group. I'm in Sloth's group and Randy's group and Rag's group and your group.
Yeah.
And those usually keep me pretty busy. I have seen Access in your meeting quite a few times, explaining some of the stuff he's got going on.
Cool.
And then here's, how do points and multipliers work. That's invitation only. Wishwell has been closed. We might open Wishwell again, depending on if we're running community contests where you can get a bunch of points for doing stuff that are related to the Wishwell. And then, of course, mining's not active. We're done with mining. So minting's really the only one right now that's open out of these. So we can get rid of the mining one. And then you got our pretty little faces. And that's the community page right there. So, yeah. That's what we got going on. And then of course, our Telegram. If you go to our Telegram, you have the general chat where Red Squirrel announced his dark nuts earlier today, and we've been posting the chart and talking about the free claims and dumpers. Here's the stream from last night with Adam from Vibra Finance, where the evil address, someone claiming to be the evil address, showed up and was talking smack. And then you have the topics on the side, which is videos and streams, which I might actually just get rid of this because the general chat is where we're posting our videos and streams anyways. And then you have our book, Rings of Dust, where we've been editing, working on that. And then you have the submissions for art. So as you can see, here's the first piece of art, but we have other people like Smo Spiders that has been putting some really cool pieces of art together to try and use for the next NFT. We need 32 more pieces of art, and we would like to get those from the community because we have such a incredibly creative and talented community when it comes to art and AI art, Blender, Midjourney, DALL-E, you name it. There's a lot of people making some really cool art, and this is a lot of the AI art that we came up with right here. Here's some ideas for Cold Nova. I think the second NFT should be Cold Nova to tie into the book. But here's some ideas of what he may look like. And then here's some more awesome ones from Smo Spider, just some really trippy, beautiful little clips, video clips that are just, I don't know, they're insane. Beautiful. So I think what we'll do when people vote on the piece of art, it'll either be based on how much dark matter you have or how many fuel cell NFTs you have. So you'll get either a vote per fuel cell or a vote per dark, depending on what you got. So yeah, cool stuff. I think it's going to be a lot of fun seeing the amazing stuff that the community comes up with and how amazing the book turns out, so
Work in progress.
Yeah, it's fun to build things together. It's fun to do things together and sharing this because we've spent 3.5 years basically all with our heads down trying to survive and do the best work we can in the bear market. And we haven't gotten to hang out as much as we did during the bull, right? So this is one way that we can spend time together in between meetups, is building this stuff out.
Quick question. With the fuel cell contract, you mentioned to enter the token ID. What's the token ID then?
The token ID is specific for each NFT.
Okay.
So I'm going to present again and show you guys the marketplace that Red Squirrel was suggesting, which is pulsemarket.app. And you can see the journey node. So here's the contract address number for this smart contract or this NFT. And this is number 1,395 right here. So that's how you can differentiate between which ones have won the lottery and which ones haven't. Because like I said, this is like a Michael Jordan rookie card. There's not variations and there's not rarity among the images. It's rarity amongst the journey and if it won the lottery. So yeah, when you import them, so like if I go to MetaMask and I go to NFTs and I go import NFT, I have the address and then I have the token ID. So if I don't have these 3 token IDs correct, then it's not going to import them. But like I said, you can also just go to anti-gravity, go to minting, and then click on add fuel cell NFTs to wallet. And that'll pull up a prompt from the box to add them. So here, actually, if you set this, like this shows the address and this one shows the ID as well. Right there. And so this button is reading the IDs for you.
And that's for the people too that got the airdrop. with the
Yeah, if you want to see your NFTs in your wallet, then connect your wallet here, add fuel cells, and that should bring them right in.
Yeah, full disclosure, I don't own a lot of NFTs, so it's, you know, I think it's a new experience to.
Yeah.
And most of the NFTs I've gotten have been airdrops too. So I don't think I've ever actually bought an NFT.
I'm going to connect this wallet to this website and let it read my profile of this one right here.
No, wait, I bought Sloth's NFT. Sorry.
All right. I don't know why it's not showing me this one that I've connected. No, this one wouldn't be my wallet. Let's go home. And then we'll put in our address. It's connected right there. Okay, so see this one right here has got the 3 fuel cell NFTs, and it's also got the collective NFT right here. So here's the collective NFT that is a live NFT. It updates depending on your behavior inside the collective. So this one only got 2 points during the wish well. It got 1/3 of a point during mining, and then during minting, it's got 396 points. So we're still an informant because we're under 3,333. But every time I mint on this one, it'll bump that up. And for people that weren't around during the Wishwell era or the mining era, when they come and mint a new one, it's going to create a new collective NFT live for them and keep track of their points in the collective. So this one, I like this one a lot too. I like pumping up the numbers here, and I like going to the leaderboard and, you know, ranking up in the leaderboard, which is right here. The leaderboard's on most pages, and it's definitely on the collective page, but yeah. So
Cool.
It's a game within a game within a game. We're a cult within a cult. We're cultception. You know, we're just a fun-loving space cult.
All right. Well, I got a bolt.
Yeah.
So nice hanging out with you. Appreciate it.
Your questions have been invaluable. The idea of the glossary is gold, and your participation, you being so kind to our project and trusting us enough to come in and talk to the people that you're friends with, it means a lot to us. We take that very seriously, and I want to express my gratitude for including our community with yours.
Thank you. You're welcome. I was much appreciated, man. What can I say? You have a great project. You guys are great people. Why wouldn't we? You know, I'm just like,
but you'd be surprised. I did reach out to like a handful of Hexicans that I've been streaming with for years, and they wouldn't touch any project that either. Some of them it made sense because they had their own project they were promoting. Some of them are, you know, very, very loyal to the RH core coins. And so they were not willing to. And I was just like, guys, we're giving away free money. Like, I'm not trying to shill. I'm not trying to get your guys to jump in our mining phase, even though that would have turned out pretty well for them now. I'm just trying to spread awareness, and punching through the noise right now is so incredibly difficult, especially on Twitter and Telegram, because it's nothing but noise.
You need a helmet, goggles, a full body armor suit to even go on Twitter.
Yeah. You got to have like a shield up almost, right?
You know, also too is you guys coming to it from the standpoint of you weren't trying to get something, you were just trying to contribute. So that's huge. That's I could totally hear that. That's easy. You know, you guys were just out to make a difference. You know, so that was very, very cool.
Yeah. And remember, kids, the most important thing in crypto is community. The second most important thing in crypto is the chart. And the third most important thing in crypto is the community. Again, it always goes back to the community. If you don't have a good chart or a good community, You're just playing roulette, basically.
Yeah, Sami mentioned I was listening to a stream this morning when I was running about Arbitrum, or no, I can't remember the thing, but it was Crypto 7 about a layer one, how its community was about a tenth or like 1% of what Pulse Chain is. That's huge. And it did a 4x in the last 4 months, and we're like, man, given the numbers we have in our community, what could it do in 4 months, when it really gets going? So it's pretty exciting. It's really been worth it hanging out in the bear market with you.
Yes, for sure. So if you guys are not in our Telegram, come to our Telegram. We'll start working on that glossary of terms in there and do a working document and take a bunch of suggestions of people. If you don't know what any word means, go to Telegram and say, what does this word mean? Or how does this work? And we'll add it to that list of glossary, because that is actually very valuable to understand the terms in a project.
Yeah, and to have a little cheat sheet where you could literally have that at the front of the book, versus in the glossary, like, here's how to understand this, because look, even crypto itself is a language in itself,
Mhm.
So, and then now you're in a subset of language that you're creating, and it's like, why not get in the know right away?
Yeah. And we've just had another about 3 tokens dumped here. So one of the free claimers dumped just barely. We're down to 2686 on the chart. So as people dump, you guys that are looking to pick up some more dark matter, maybe you got a few and you want a few more for minting or whatever, keep an eye on this dip, because I'm pretty sure the liquidity providers on this pair, on the Pulse pair, are going to let this sucker bleed out these the dumpers, the free claimers right now, before they step back in with some more liquidity and pumpage.
I also looked at this too. You've got 2,006 holders, or 2,000 plus holders now. That's impressive.
Well, we're actually going down in holders. So like we had almost 2,300 after the airdrop, and as people dump, they're losing, and as people, like we just saw on the supply, they're consolidating. So every time they consolidate, that takes another holder off that list.
Okay.
But those are almost all airdrops. Like I said, there's 105 tokens, give or take, that got points for the Wishwell and the mining, like just got straight up points from that, and they got to share 100,000 tokens. And then you turn over to the airdrop, and 2,000 people have to share less than 10,000 tokens.
Yeah.
So it pays to believe in something. It pays to, put in a little bit of skin. And like Sami says, 90% of your stuff in core coins that you believe in, especially in our ecosystem, and then go buy some lottery tickets. Look at this as a lottery ticket. If you put 1 to 10% of your portfolio into this project, then I don't think you'd be risking too much in the long term during this bull run. But it might give you enough tokens to keep some on the side for trading and keep some ready to mint each of the journeys and get a little bit of that, because some of the later journeys are probably not going to have as many people minting. So even though they're splitting a smaller amount, they're splitting it amongst fewer people. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
So as the token goes up in value, people are going to be less and less willing to sacrifice that to the mint. And so the people that do sacrifice the mint will probably get outsized returns from the treasury, is my guess. But everything's a mystery, and I'm wrong 99% of the time when it comes to crypto. So take that with a grain of salt, and consult your priest and your tarot cards and your crosswalk guard before you take any of my advice. Lawyers, accountants, you name it. Get as much advice as you can. That's not from me. So, all right, this has been great. Are you up for an awkward wave goodbye? I haven't had a guest in a while.
Yeah.
And so I'm going to kick on some music. We're going to give these guys an awkward wave goodbye. Let's see, Night Driving. That's the smooth one. Here we go. Oh, dude. Awesome sauce. Yeah, guys, jump in Telegram. We'll be doing these AMAs. I'm going to keep talking about that window closing for the minting as we get up to that, and then it's going to be a fun countdown to the first lottery, and the first what I assume is going to be the first significant dump in the charts as people win their lottery and they want to cash out and go buy something. So only time will tell. But thanks again, Frank, and I'll be catching you on Tuesday.
You're welcome, man. All right.
All right, see you guys. Yeah.